Welcome back to Christian Nutrition on, you know, I'm done. Just play the intro. Welcome back to VeggieTales on TV. Today we're looking at Lyle and the Kindly Viking on TV, and this is one of my favorite episodes. This one's actually a bit weird. Do you remember in King George and the Ducky when they didn't use the Englishmen who went up on the hill skit? Well, actually they used that here before we see the Lyle skit, and they actually got rid of the Shakespeare skit that was originally before Lyle. I don't know why. I really don't. Anyways, it's confusing, and let's not think too much about it. Let's dive right into this.
Where could I get a sweater like that?
The running joke isn't funny anymore. Not that I ever really found it funny to begin with.
It wasn't the mail guy. It was the guy who mows your lawn.
Oh,
I told him to come back later because we're taping our TV show.
okay.
Who cares? Is VeggieTales wasting our time with this pointless information?
Oh, it's right here. I'll just stick it through the mail slot.
No, that's okay. Just hand it to me.
No, I got it. Ugh.
Does this clip feel reused to you? Because I feel like we saw this exact same clip before, almost like they copy and pasted it into this episode.
Good question, Danny. You see... Coming through! Make way! Sharing emergency! What?
What is so important that you have to have a sharing emergency?
Donuts and you.
Dad, did you have to share your donuts when you were a kid like me?
Pesky mosquitoes. What was that you said?
What is going on here?
When you were a kid, did you have to share them like we do?
I'm not quite following you. Let's ask your mother.
We didn't have to share our donuts. We wanted to share our donuts.
I am dumbfounded right now. This is more confusing than that South Dakota skit from the Sheer episode. I'm baffled. I'm truly baffled.
Because of Johnny Donut Seed.
That's right, Jane. Johnny Donut Seed crisscrossed America with a pot on his head and a bag of donut seeds at his side.
Johnny Donut Seed. There was donut seeds? Didn't we just have an episode where Bob flipped out on Mr. Lunt for having all these inaccuracies in his story, and now he's letting this slide? He's letting this slide. He's letting a story tell us that donuts have seeds, and that's how donuts are made. Are we in the Matrix? What's the big idea, huh?
We've learned how to melt down excess donuts to build jet planes. Why, even the Eiffel Tower was built out of surplus American donuts.
I have no words for the sheer amount of silliness that is taking place before us right now, and I apologize to any of you that get PTSD from it.
Remember, kids, for a stronger America tomorrow, share your donuts today.
Is this real life? I honestly never expected anything like this in a VeggieTales episode. And let me be very clear, I love it. I want more stuff like this in VeggieTales.
That made no sense at all. It's avant-garde. It's ridiculous.
Avant-garde is defined as new and unused or experimental ideas, especially in the arts or the people introducing them. Does that sound to you like what we just witnessed? Because I don't think it is.
Fellas, may I try? Danny, check this one out. The Englishman who went up a hill and came down with all the bananas.
Wait a second, how do they acquire a camera that films anything that looks like this? Like, they would have had to go out of their way to get an old style camera. A common camera would not have shot anything like this. This is bringing me a lot of questions again. I told myself I wouldn't question the validity of what's going on in VeggieTales anymore, but here I am doing it again. What is happening to me?
Hello, I am the Englishman who went up a hill and came down with all the bananas.
Yay, Archibald!
Aren't you going to eat them?
Why, of course not. You can't eat bananas without strawberries.
Oh, of course. It's best to just hoard them and not eat them. That makes sense.
Hello, I'm the Swede who went up a hill and came down with all the strawberries.
This is getting so silly. I love it.
Are you going to eat them? Oh no, you can't eat strawberries without bananas.
Ah, I see where this is going now.
Could you spare a strawberry?
No. Could I trouble you for a banana?
No.
Or maybe I have no idea what is going to happen.
You guys are not so bright. The end.
The end? What? This didn't even have a conclusion. I don't... What is going on anymore?
Not bad.
Thank you very much.
I still think we can do better. Danny, I think this story will answer your question.
We have that lost musical.
Oh,
We have it right here.
right here.
The lost musical of this Gilbert and Sullivan.
Lyle the Kindly Viking. A musical pop-up book.
I wonder what the Vegas odds are on Archibald finding out that this is not the play he thought it was going to be.
Good morning, Mabel. How are you, dear? Oh, just fine and dandy. Is Harold round here?
That kind of sounds like a Disney song I know.
And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air.
I knew it sounded too familiar. The two wives sing about how they wish they had married differently, but it is too late now.
We're Viking, what do you know? The terrors of the sea.
We're Viking wherever we go, pillaging happily.
We're Viking.
After that amazing musical number, we see all the loot that the Vikings bring back from the local monastery. Archibald clarifies to us how they were essentially stealing, which is a big duh, Archibald. We are then introduced to our hero, Lyle.
You missed another raid, Lyle.
I know. I was making stuff.
Oh geez, Junior, I will admit, in recent episodes you've gotten a lot better, to the point where you're not my least favorite character anymore. But please, I beg of you, do not ruin this episode. It's going perfectly so far.
Lyle never went on the raids. Instead, he'd stay home and make crafts. Pot holders, to be exact.
Is Lyle... No, I don't want to say it yet.
Here's your share of the loot, Lyle. Don't worry, it's the least we could give you.
Despite the condescending tone, I actually find that it's pretty cool that the Vikings still give him some of the loot. They don't have to do that. They did all of the work. In fact, I encourage them not to give him any loot, but they've already made that decision.
Now, Lyle was definitely an unusual Viking.
Lyle is gay. There, I said it. It may not be apropos, but Lyle is gay. He is a man that avoids doing his duties as a man and instead makes potholders. Now, I want to clarify. I'm not saying Junior is gay. I'm saying Lyle, the character, is gay. Just so we're clear. As it is explained to us, Lyle takes the loot he gets and his handmade potholders, and goes out on his own expedition.
You guys go ahead. We'll catch up.
Sven, you don't have to sing.
But it's a musical.
Bob and Larry spy on Lyle to see that he basically just returns all of the loot he's given and also gives potholders to the people that the Vikings just looted from, which of course is not okay at all.
Not so fast. Don't take another hop. We know where you've been, and we think it's gotta stop.
Uh-oh, busted.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
But when I share, I get my share of friends.
Or maybe Lyle is just kooky and not gay. I don't know anymore, to be completely candid with you.
Yeah.
Yep, Lyle is a psychopath. Lyle ends up convincing Bob and Larry to keep it all secret via his song, but for some reason, despite having just raided it, the Vikings return to the same monastery to raid it again. I don't understand. They wouldn't have any more loot. It hasn't even been that long. Also, Junior is there returning his share again. But Junior already did this. We saw him return his share earlier when Bob and Larry were spying on him, and then he just sang this song to them. Like it was the scene before this one. Are we being led to believe that the Vikings raided the monastery again in between the last scene and this scene, and Junior is once again returning the loot, which means that they have raided this place 3 times in a row? In a short time span, nonetheless. Is there so much at this monastery to be raided? Are they just like not able to fit it all on their boat in one trip and they're just like, we gotta go back for more, you know? This all seems quite unrealistic, even for VeggieTales. Bob and Larry spot Lyle return the gold, but no one else has yet seen Lyle do this, which causes a classic sitcom-y case of Bob and Larry trying to make everyone not notice their friend is doing something he shouldn't be.
There's a one that's dancing with a bear.
Ah, did you see it? The Veggieception, of course.
Hey, isn't that Lyle?
And he left something with those monks.
Uh-oh. Doubly busted.
Bad boys, boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What do you think you're doing?
I was,
Giving them stuff back.
yeah.
It's over for Lyle. He doesn't stand a chance. Abandon ship. The storm gets worse and worse and capsizes both ships. Lyle's monastery friends help him get to shore. They don't want to help the other Vikings, but as we realized earlier, Lyle is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Everyone ends up being saved by Lyle and friends, which of course has an instant effect that causes rapid character development.
Thank you, our new friends. You saved us from the sea.
See what I mean? That was very rapid character development. Though I do wonder, when are they going to pillage again? My money's on next week.
The lost musical of Gilbert Jones and Sullivan O'Kelly? What? Well, that's not right.
You see, Danny, if you do what your mom says, you'll lose a donut, but you'll gain a friend. And friends last a lot longer than donuts.
So true, Bob, so true.
Larry says that like he has lost friends over donuts and then later regretted it. I wonder if that's true.
Goodbye!
Bye!
Bet you didn't know the Eiffel Tower was made out of donuts.
That's ridiculous. It's made out of steel.
Are they really having this discussion? This can't be real life.
But have you ever licked it? The Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, have you licked it?
Of course not. Then you would know. Know what?
That it tastes like a glazed donut.
You're screwing with me, VeggieTales. Oh, but I'm gonna take you up on that. I'm gonna lick the Eiffel Tower and find out if it tastes like a glazed donut.
You're making that up. Am I?
That was Lyle the Kindly Viking on TV, and I must say I really do like these segments. I really don't like how they leave out God, but the humor is quite on point. Though I do wish they would get rid of the running joke about Pa Grape in the sweater. It's not funny. It hasn't once been funny. Join us next week as we review Esther, the girl who became queen, on TV. Remember, God made you special, and he loves you very much. Bye!